Okay, so before I start this video, I would like to point out that although the story is covered, a lot of the details are left out. If you want the details, I suggest you read the book. So if you've read the book and you've come here to nitpick at the errors within the storyline, can I first ask you to produce your own lore series from a 50-hour epic tale and condense it into less than 10 minutes for the entertainment of others? I am aware of the things I have left out. I have read the book too, you know. So if I see any comments in the comment section with things like, "Falcore, you got this bit wrong, because in that part that happened, blah, blah, blah," I want all of you in the comment section to reply to this person with sausages. Just sausages. In fact, if you read the book, why are you even here? After the Pirate Lord had forged his vast amounts of loot and sealed it all in the chests of his crew's construction, he sent out a message to all of the crews that dwelled within the Sea of Thieves, and asked them to meet at Golden Sands. It was there that he was going to reveal his plan to the rivaling crews, that in order to continue looting these ancient lands, he would be the only one who could open the chests with his set of skeleton keys. A lot of the crews were against this idea, but some agreed with his new fair trade pirating scheme. But one member of his own crew, named Rathbone, didn't agree with this concept. Rathbone was in the belief that pirating should be pirating, and not a trade network. Rathbone was your typical pirate. He lived for gold and glory, and although he didn't appear as the crusty pirate you hear of in history, his heart and his passion was for wealth. And the Sea of Thieves certainly had this in abundance. Up until this point, Rathbone was unaware of Ramsay's plan to lock away all the gold in the land. But Ramsay was also unaware that Rathbone had been stealing loot from under his crew's nose and sailing it back to the real world where he could make his fortune. Rathbone wanted to keep this loot as his own. He had no interest in a fair trade system. His lust for gold and wealth had grown too strong. During this meeting of the crews, due to Ramsay's meddling with the ancient metals used to lock the Old Mother in place, a large kraken began to attack Golden Sands. Most of the crews banded together to fend off this attack, Ramsay's crew also, but Rathbone had become so filled with rage at this point. He no longer trusted his captain, and during a decisive attack on the kraken, Ramsay was thrown overboard. Rathbone reached out his hand and stopped him from falling, and it was at this point that Rathbone revealed to Ramsay what he had done. He had been stealing his gold. He didn't want to be part of this fair trade. He wanted the gold for himself. He let go of Ramsay, ripping the skeleton keys from his neck. Ramsay fell to the clutches of the kraken, falling into its tentacles, crushing his leg beyond repair. Many years had passed, and Rathbone's lust for gold was even stronger now. He had met with a pirate by the name of Stitcher Jim, and with him and a large establishment of pirates and the skeleton keys now in Rathbone's possession, they began the start of the Gold Hoarder Alliance. With Rathbone being the commander of this alliance, this meant that not only the gold he found in the Sea of Thieves could be his own, but he'd also take a large percentage of the gold others had found too. However, those who came into contact with some of this gold were tainted by a curse. Parts of their bodies would begin to become that which they lusted after. Even Rathbone himself had fallen victim to this curse. During Rathbone's time as part of Ramsay's crew, he had heard word of a land that lied beyond the Shroud, with vast amounts of gold, more than any pirate could ever want. He put the clues together and eventually found this land. His passion for the necessities of life had all but gone. All he yearned after now was the gold that was found within this isle, this strange and ancient land. And there he found a wondrous sight, a huge isle like no other had been seen before. An ancient land filled with ancient statues and structures, and a vault filled with tides of gold, all for the taking. Rathbone wanted it for himself, so he began plans to take it. But, unbeknown to him, Ramsay's crew had set a trap to ensure he never had this gold for himself. But he did not die. His lungs filled with water as he sank to the depths, but his lust for gold persisted. The curse had now taken him over, and although over time his flesh began to wither and rot, his passion for gold persisted. Eventually he escaped and found his way back to the ancient isle, where he adorned his withered and decayed body with the gold he had found. He became the Gold Hoarder. That's it for today, folks. Thanks very much for watching. If you liked the video, please go ahead and click that like button. And if you really liked the video, please go ahead and click that subscribe button. And hell, click that bell so you're always informed of Sea of Thieves news updates and other general random guff that I might upload. Until next time, everybody, happy sailing. Bye-bye.